Elizabeth had always been the kind of person who tried to keep everything together. She worked hard, smiled even when she was tired, and helped others more than she helped herself. But when life began to fall apart, she suddenly found herself standing in the middle of an empty apartment with nothing but silence. Her job was gone, her relationship had ended, and most of her friends had drifted away. The quiet felt heavy, almost alive, like it was waiting for her to say something. The room was small, with white walls that seemed too bright during the day and too cold at night. Elizabeth sat on the floor, surrounded by boxes she hadn't unpacked yet. For a long time, she didn't speak. She just stared at the walls, listening to the ticking of the clock and the sound of her own breathing. Then, one afternoon, after days of silence, she whispered to herself, "What am I doing here?" The walls repeated softly, "Doing here." The echo startled her. It was such a simple sound, but it felt as if the room had answered her question with her own voice. From that moment, Elizabeth started talking to the room every day. It wasn't something she planned. It just happened naturally. She would say things like, "I feel lost," and the room would return the word "lost." Or, "I want to change," and the word "change" would come back faintly, almost like a promise. The echo didn't fix her problems, but it made her think. Each time the sound came back, she realized she was hearing her own thoughts, the ones she had been trying to hide. Days turned into weeks, and something began to shift. Elizabeth noticed that when she spoke with sadness, the echo made her feel smaller, as if the walls were closing in. But when she tried to say something hopeful, like, "I'll be okay," the echo felt different, lighter, softer, almost comforting. That small difference made her curious. She started testing it. Each morning, she would stand in the middle of the room and speak words she wanted to believe. "I am healing. I am learning. I am still here." Slowly, the room began to feel less empty. Elizabeth realized something powerful. The echo was just a reflection of her. Whatever she gave, it gave back. It was never the room that was empty. It was her heart that had forgotten how to fill itself with good things. Her words, she discovered, were like seeds. If she planted doubt, she harvested pain. But if she planted hope, love grew in return. As weeks passed, Elizabeth started making small changes. She painted the walls a warm color, added plants, and opened the windows every morning to let the light in. With each change, she felt stronger. One evening, her neighbor, Mrs. Lopez, came by to introduce herself. She smiled and said, "I've been hearing you talk and laugh lately. It's nice to have such good energy in the building." Elizabeth laughed softly. "Thank you. I used to think I was talking to myself, but now I think I was learning to talk to life." Mrs. Lopez looked puzzled, so Elizabeth explained, "When I first moved here, I thought the echo in this room was just noise bouncing off the walls. But now I understand it's more than that. Life works the same way. Whatever we send out, our thoughts, our words, our kindness, all of it comes back. The echo is not just sound, it's a mirror of who we are." From that day on, Elizabeth began to fill her life with purpose again. She started painting for fun, helping her neighbors, and volunteering at a local shelter. Every night, before going to bed, she spoke to the room one last time. Sometimes she said, "Thank you." Sometimes she said, "I'm proud of myself." And every time, the echo came back softly, as if the room was agreeing. Months later, Elizabeth invited a few friends over for dinner. They sat around her small table, surrounded by laughter, the smell of food, and the warmth of candles. The same walls that once echoed her sadness were now filled with joy. The echo was still there, but it no longer sounded lonely. It had changed because she had changed. Life is like an echo. It gives you back what you send into it. If you speak with bitterness, the world will answer in the same tone. But if you speak with love, patience, and gratitude, life will reflect those things right back to you. The echo is not there to scare or remind you of emptiness. It is there to teach you that your words, your thoughts, and your attitude shape your experience. Whenever you feel alone, remember Elizabeth's story. The room that once felt empty was actually listening. So speak kindly, think clearly, and fill your space with words that lift you higher. The echo will always return. Make sure what comes back is something beautiful. Thank you for watching this story. If it inspired you, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more motivational stories that help you grow while learning English. Until next time, keep your thoughts gentle, your words uplifting, and listen closely to what life echoes back to you.